What are your thoughts about Damian Lillard going to Portland? Back to Portland.
Is
They
it
just had
is it crazy for me to say when you really think about it, he should have never left. I don't think
honestly,
he should have never left in my opinion. But I mean,
he wanted a
ugh,
championship. I don't blame him. But that's just Portland saying thank you, Damian, because they know he's not probably going to play this year, and
yeah,
next
he's
year
not.
him. And he's in the latter part of his career. They're probably going to be playing the younger. This is just thank you for being as loyal as you did for
Exactly.
so many years.
Exactly.
Even after we lost LaMarcus Aldridge and some of the key players that we lost, you still was able to get us to the playoffs, beat Oklahoma City, at least make it to the second round a few times.
He
And
got us to the
you
conference
did,
finals once.
yes, and you didn't hesitate in order to say that you didn't want to go anywhere, and you
And
stuck it out as long as you could, and you were loyal. And Portland, like I said, Portland is a great Portland, great basketball town. The late great Bill Walton spoke highly of it, but unfortunately, it's not a glamour town. It's not Miami. It's not Chicago. Not New York. Not Los Angeles. Not Houston. You're not going to be able to attract a lot of free agent guys in order to get you to come play in Portland. Although Beaverton is right up the street. Nike Town's right up the road from it. But yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to make that attraction in order to, you know, get those great players that you need on your team. And I think after LaMarcus Aldridge left, that was kind of the beginning of the end. And then slowly but surely, guys start leaving. CJ McCollum end up leaving eventually. And,
And he gave them some excitement, champ, because remember, before LaMarcus Aldridge, Brandon Roy had
yeah,
not been for so many injuries. Brandon Roy was a damn good player, had it not been for injuries. And Damian Lillard did the
Could you
best that
imagine
he
that
could.
team that could have been constructed had Brandon Roy had to stay healthy? Oh my gosh.
the most cursed franchise in NBA history traded Moses Malone and kept Bill Walton. 1 year after they traded Moses Malone. Moses Malone ends up going to Houston, going to an NBA Finals, and then ends up later on going to the Finals and winning as part of that duo with him and Julius Erving.
And not to mention, before they were named the Portland Jailblazers because a
Yeah,
lot of those players had a lot of off the court situations. Ruben
yeah,
Patterson,
yeah, and then they had those same teams, those Jailblazer teams, in the early 2000s. And then on top of that, them losing the Game 7 against my Los Angeles Lakers, the whole Sam Bowie situation.
mm-hmm.
Sam Bowie over Jordan. You know, what's so funny about that is people don't understand this. They were not supposed to draft Sam Bowie. They were not supposed to draft Sam Bowie. What they were doing is they were going to Georgetown and they were trying to convince Patrick Ewing to come out of college. And they were trying to influence him to come on out so him, Clyde, and Jim Paxson could team up. Had they got him had they convinced him to come out rather than him staying, because Patrick Ewing promised his mother that he was going to graduate from Georgetown. Hoya paranoia, by the way. Had they convinced him and talked to his mom about it and everything like that, and they convinced him to come out, Portland would have probably been writing a different story. But, not to mention, losing two finals to two of the greatest teams, arguably of all time, losing one to the bad boy Pistons, then turning right around and then losing one to
Chicago.
Michael Jordan. Curses. Then not to mention Greg Oden, Brandon Roy. Then on top of that, LaMarcus Aldridge leaves and goes to San Antonio, has some good years there. And the last two left is CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. and they just didn't have enough onslaught in order to get past the Golden State Warriors and some of those stacked teams in the West. There was a lot of curses when it comes to that franchise, and for them to be a great basketball town, and for them not to have a championship since 1977 when they beat Julius Erving and Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, and for them not to have a championship for that great basketball, they're the Cleveland Browns of the league. I know people look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, but when you think about a good basketball town, the Trailblazers, Portland is one of those towns that you just got to be there in order to see it, because that's a hell of a basketball town. Bill Walton, the late great one, spoke very highly of it.
I'm happy for Dame, even though he may not win a championship, and Portland is in the reclamation process, but he's going back home, even though he's from Oakland, California, but he's back to where he started. He loves it there. He's familiar with Portland. Portland loves him. So he'll give them some relevancy. And he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no question about that.